Snail Games shows up at ChinaJoy with an epic-looking remake of Dark and Light. Trion Worlds announces the new Starfall Prophecy expansion for Rift. Both Smite and Overwatch celebrate the Olympic Summer Games, and Evolve's upcoming updates are just sheer madness. What's up, guys? James Blonde here with your weekly recap for gaming news and announcements for the week ending August 8th, 2016. Starting out the news this week is this awesome trailer for a new game announced from Snail Games at ChinaJoy recently. This is the sandbox MMO known as Dark and Light, and it's based off the original 2005 game that apparently was, or may still have, the largest MMORPG map size, which is 40,000 square kilometers. It's a pretty good size. The original game was set in the medieval fantasy world, just like the reboot version, of course, and you could choose from 12 races with 14 playable classes. Of course, it still had its drawbacks, I would say similar to Mortal Online in many cases, but now, with this reboot, it already has one good thing going for it, and that is definitely the visuals. This one is being built on the Unreal 4 engine, hence the reason why it looks so fantastic, especially considered that this is actual gameplay. Not bad. Seeing that it's coming from Snail Games, it'll more than likely be free to play, but that hasn't exactly been announced yet. But it does say that we could be seeing this game really soon, as in before the end of the year. So this is definitely another MMO to look forward to. Speaking of, Revelation Online is being fairly reveal-y lately, if that's even a word. The week before last, we saw the cinematic trailer for the Blade Master class, and this past week we saw a small glimpse into the world of Nuanor, I think that's how you say it, along with its strongholds and bosses worth conquering. This time, the trailer is composed of in-game footage, bringing you an overview of Revelation Online's seamless open world, which is one thing it's got going for it. Nuanor consists of 3 massive cities and plenty of strongholds that you'll be able to capture with your guild. Other than that, to kick things off a little bit further, their website is no longer just a teaser site, which is always a good thing. So now it has plenty more game information, class and world details, media libraries, and news posts. So besides me sharing with you guys more information as it becomes available, you can of course keep your eye out at their new site for all the details. Also, this past week, we see a new expansion announcement for Rift called the Starfall Prophecy expansion, headed to the game this fall. According to the official post, a comet has appeared over Talara, ripping through the elemental planes, tearing off entire sections in the process, and that isn't even the worst part. The comet itself is apparently an ascended Tenebrian construct sent there to devour pretty much everything in sight. So, in this expansion, the level cap gets bumped up to 70, 5 new zones will be introduced, and you'll be able to enhance your arsenal of abilities with legendary powers each level from 66 to 70, transforming and unleashing their full power. On top of that, there's a new Eternal level item rarity, and multiple abilities from every soul can be made legendary, allowing you to customize your character further than ever before. You can already pre-order the expansion, and doing so grants you some exclusive items, costumes, mounts, and the level boost to 65. No exact date has been given just yet, but you can pre-order now if you want to, and it will be available this fall. Well, that was quick. The week before last, Riders of Icarus released its first small update, The Blight of Frostkeep, and this past week, Nexon announced the next content update coming soon, supposedly, that will introduce the Exaron Badlands, which is a new PvP mode along with Guild Alliance battles. This update is scheduled to arrive later on this month, bringing new quests, new familiars to tame, including the long-desired Flying Nightmare, which sounds pretty cool, and the Profane Apocalypse, also sounds cool. This update will introduce guild alliances, like I mentioned, and Mana Stone battles, which are weekly battles that take place in the Exaron Badlands. The new PvP mode will work kind of similar to Capture the Flag, where players must capture Mana Stones by returning them to the town. Carriers will be displayed to all players in the Badlands in real time, making them easy targets to try and intercept. Once again, it's not the biggest update ever, but it seems like they're at least not waiting around to get new content into the game. It's always a good thing. Next up, in honor of the Olympic Summer Games, Smite gets a really cool reskin for the arena. According to the post, for the Summer of Smite, the arena has become the stadium fit for the Great Games. So besides the reskinning, the Great Games arena also features a brand new running track that will have you racing around your opponents. Literally. They're also releasing several new quests that reward gems upon completion, and these get swapped out every week and a half, all the way through August 30th. Check out the link for more details. Also, speaking of high-res studios, Paladins released the patch overview video for CBT30, introducing the latest champion, Makoa, the Teenage Mutant Yoga Turtle. At least that's what I call him. The new map called Temple Isle that changes up the siege game mode a little bit, and some of the changes to the mount system. Makoa uses a ship cannon and a anchor hook to deliver semi-powerful ranged attacks, and if he successfully lands his anchor into your skin, he's able to yank you back for a much more up-close and personal encounter, which you don't really want to do. He's able to turtle up, literally, and create a defense shield for him and nearby allies, and his F allows him to do a sort of Mario-inspired, or Bowser rather, spin attack, dealing damage, and his ultimate is a good reason you really just don't want to stand toe-to-toe with him. He ups his overall health and attack damage gets increased overall, so he kind of reminds me of a blend of several existing champions in the game so far, like Grover and Fernando, and yeah, it's kind of scary. Like I mentioned in the past, the new map offers a bit more verticality and places to hide, and it's designed for the siege game mode, but one of a different style. So the new map, Temple Isle, has several portals that you go through in the base that's separated from the actual map itself that will automatically put you in different points in the map. So instead of having the single capture point location, you have multiple portals that will send you into the game that way. Definitely changes up the style of the way Siege is played and the overall feel of the game. With this, they've also changed the overtime and how it works, and also how the mount system works. Now you actually have a set time that you can be mounted once you've left the base, and you won't be able to mount back up during combat, which is kind of strange, seeing that most people are probably used to that. This is definitely a work in progress, and they're going to see how this approach works for players, otherwise they're going to have to restructure it before actually making it a permanent thing, of course. Drybear breaks it down even better in the new overview video. Check that one out. Smite isn't the only one celebrating the Summer Games, Overwatch is too. As of this past week, the Overwatch Summer Games have begun, bringing in a new brawl mode called Lucioball. This is the first of the seasonal content planned for Overwatch, giving players the opportunity to snag some really cool new cosmetic items themed around the Olympic Summer Games, and games in general, I suppose. But as far as the new game mode goes, it definitely reminds me of Rocket League. I sense a little bit of Rocket League here. It's a futuristic spin on soccer, of course. You've got 2 teams of 3 facing off with jump pads and speed-boosting walls in 4-minute matches, trying to score points on each other's goal. And, yeah, you can only play as Lucio. Unless, of course, you discover the bug, but I wouldn't suggest exploiting that because Blizzard will get mad at you and give you, I guess, a spanking of some sort. Looks like a really neat way to get cool new cosmetic gear and honor the Summer Games, and this event is already live in-game. Might check it out. On a similar note, the awesome-looking new Quake Champions game made its debut at QuakeCon 2016 this past week, showing off some really enticing gameplay. This is the first time we've actually seen gameplay, and it definitely has that Quake look and feel, so despite it looking good, it doesn't quite line up with the Overwatch-style gameplay that we were thinking it would have. In fact, I could almost mix this up with the new Unreal Tournament gameplay footage. Just saying. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, though. It looks like they've come a long ways on the game so far, but it does seem like a bad choice on their part if they choose to go buy-to-play rather than a free-to-play like Unreal Tournament. I think people would just go with the Unreal Tournament, seeing that there's a lot of similarities there. But apparently we're going to have to wait and see. The developers haven't decided on a business model just yet. Hopefully there will be a gameplay breakdown dev blog happening sometime soon that will give us a better idea of where it fits between Overwatch and the Unreal Tournament style of play. Either way, it still looks really cool and something I'm looking forward to. Also from id and Bethesda, Doom released its first premium DLC this past week, known as Unto the Evil, delivering 3 new maps to Doom multiplayer, which are the Offering, Cataclysm, and Ritual. All of these sound like very iconic Doom-style names. The new UAC EMG automatic pistol as the new weapon, the Kinetic Mine as new equipment, and the Harvester as a new playable demon. The cool part here is that id Software has also added the Party Play system, which allows anyone to play any of the new maps from Unto the Evil, as long as you party up with a friend who already owns the DLC. So yeah, it's not a single-player DLC like what I'm really looking forward to, but I'm always up for new weapons, items, demons to check out or take down, one way or the other. Single-player DLC will come soon enough. Now, if only the team would make a single-player DLC or standalone title, kind of like Wolfenstein Old Blood, based around Heretic or Hexen. I would be in total love. So please make this happen. And finally, for a last bit of news, new content dropped in for Evolve Stage 2 this past week. Nothing huge, but they did start a month-long event in-game called Sheer Madness, where they plan to roll out their boldest content updates to date, including 3 more character adaptations besides the new Quantum Kyra. As part of the first update, the Quantum Surge, 3 new map variants that shake up the traditional Evolve experience, a brand new co-op game mode, and plenty of community-requested features and quality of life improvements. So, the update that shows up this past week isn't all that big, but you can expect to see 4 more over the next 5 weeks, including all the stuff that I just mentioned. So in this update, Quantum Kyra is the newest medic to the Hunter team roster. Her unique area control style healing combined with new abilities makes her one of the most daring medic designs yet. So I'm not one to play support roles, but this one's pretty beast. Check out her new trailer for the breakdown. Anyway guys, that's about it for all the interesting game news that happened this past week. Check out the links in the description below for more information about the topics in the recap. Chat about the news and share more news in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and until next time guys, that's going to be it for me. I'm James Blonde. See you out there, gamers.